Okay, we're going to try and draw some of our own microbes today. So as well as studying microbes, I'm also interested in drawing them as well. So I like to draw things like this bacteria. So the big bacterial cell looks a bit like sausage shaped, and then our phages as well, so these little tiny things. So because bacteria can do a few things, they can move and they can make energy, I like to draw them with a mouth and some eyes. But because the viruses need a host, that's the bacteria, to make more of themselves, they're not so intelligent as the bacteria, so I only give them 2 little dots for eyes. So today we're kind of going to try and draw ourselves a coronavirus, and maybe try and kill that coronavirus with some soap. So with a coronavirus, it's a fairly simple thing to draw. All it is a round football shape with a few little bits sticking out from its side. So first of all, we're going to draw its big blobby round body. So it's just a pretty rough circle. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. And then out of that rough circle, we're going to draw the spike proteins. So there's the little sticks coming up, and on the end they've got a blob on them. And this is the bit which finds the cell that they need to go into and sticks to it. So we're going to draw a few spike proteins all the way around the outside. So it's a straight line, goes 2 straight lines next to each other, and then a blob on the end. And this is a bit like a squishy triangle shape, the blob on the end of the spike proteins. So another 2 lines with a blob on it. And we're going to draw these all the way around the outside. And because viruses and bacteria aren't perfect, you never get a perfect round circle with perfect spike proteins on the outside. We can just make them a bit messy. So it doesn't matter if they all match each other, if they're different sizes, if they've got different spaces in between, because that's the way the virus is going to look anyway. So we'll give it a few more spike proteins, and then one last big spike protein over here. Now we're going to do one last one in the middle. So we're going to draw the top like the squishy triangle. So 2 lines, and then a rounded ended spike protein on the end there. So then we're going to give it 2 little eyes, because it's not very intelligent, it can't do very much. And then we're going to just finish off the outside round circle of our coronavirus. Now, coronaviruses, as well as being blobby with these spike proteins on the outside of them, they don't like soap. So the outside of a coronavirus, this big blobby round sac, is made up of lots of little tiny bits of lipids, and that's like a fat. So the way that we can break down fats that we do with when we're washing up is we put washing up liquid in. So washing up liquid is a soap, and that will break up fats. So if we use soap on our coronavirus, then we can kill our coronavirus. So we're going to draw a bar of soap in this top corner. So this is going to be a rectangle with slightly rounded corners, and then we're going to try and make it look a bit 3D. So I'm going to draw a soap, nice rectangle in the top corner with rounded corners, and then we're going to try to make it look a bit 3D. We'll draw a smaller kind of rectangle shape, and it can be a bit broken around the edges. And then so that everyone knows what it is that we've drawn up here, and it's not just a squashy rectangle that nobody knows, we're going to write soap on it. So again, in slightly fuzzy writing, because it's on the surface of a bar of soap, we're going to write the word soap. So you can draw the whole word, or you can just draw bits of each letter until it looks like you've written the word soap over here. So here goes, soap, and then one last letter. Right, there's our soap, and now we can start to colour it in a bit as well, make it a little bit more interesting. So we're just going to put a few bits of colour around the edges of our bar of soap. And it just looks a bit like shadows around here, because soap isn't very well coloured. It's mostly white. Just gets a few bits of colour. Okay, so there's our soap, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put lots of nice bubbles coming out from our bar of soap, which is going to help to get rid of our coronavirus. So lots of different size circles which are coming off your soap, lots of bits here to get rid of our coronavirus. And then it can't move, so it can't escape from the soap either. It can't do anything about it, and this will just break down the surface, all the lipids on the outside of our coronavirus, and it will die. Okay, so we can put a bit more colour on those just to make those look Bubbles look a bit 3D as well. So they're just round circles with a little line, curvy line inside them to make like they're shiny in the sunshine. Right. So there's our bubbles, and now we can colour in our coronavirus. So coronaviruses, they really have a colour, but we're just going to colour this one in green. A lot of bacteria which cause colds can be a bit green. Well, they don't cause colds, but they come in when the virus has caused the cold, and they can make bogies and snot look a bit green. So we're going to just make it look a bit green, because maybe there's some bacteria got in with it. And green is often the colour that we make things which aren't very well. So now that we've covered it in soap, we're going to colour it green. So we can just roughly colour it in. Like I said, no viruses are perfect, so if it looks a bit messy, that just makes it look more real. So then just give it a nice even colouring on the inside. Doesn't have to be perfect. And what we want to do is maybe want to make it look a bit more 3D by putting a bit of shading at the bottom, so we can fill up some of those white gaps that we left before with our little bit of shading around the bottom. Around the top, it's just a bit more exposed to light, so we can leave some white patches, and that just looks like the light shining down on it. And there we go. There's today's coronavirus. So the last thing that we need to do to finish off our coronavirus is just sign your name to say that you've made your coronavirus and you've killed it with soap. So there we go, signed it. Okay, great. So you can all go away and you can try pausing the video and drawing different bits and make your own coronaviruses as well. Okay, thank you then, bye.